a child, a student, death from above. A student again, a carpenter, a fisherman, a teacher, and then again, a student of life. Don't forget lone traveler. In China, I found, as I had taken to walk around that mountain on that pilgrimage in Tibet, one day I'll tell you about that, about the people. And I took my military gear because I still got it, still fits. And it's rugged enough to take a good walk around the mountain. And so when I came back down from the hills, I had it with me. Turns out the Chinese just loved the U.S. because we were warlike. The students would be drawing picture swastikas, and, you know, sure, you can say, oh, well, it's a sign of good fortune in China, the swastika. And it is. I see it on shrines and things that are back to 1300s. And it's been going on a long time. But when they're above tanks blowing things up and shooting people shooting people, and Hitler, they're going, well, Hitler, well, you gotta figure it's probably Hitler's swastika. I feel like there's something at the door. There's someone at the door. And, it's not the first time I've heard something clawing at a door that wasn't there, pounding on the other side. Jesus, what's going on down there? Nobody there. I was down there with that nobody that's not there. But, yeah. They loved the military. And so they'd look and they'd see my airborne patch and they're like, oh, and geez, you know, I can't remember, it doesn't matter. And I said, well, no, they say, oh, what? And I say, yeah, I was a paratrooper. And they say, oh, no, you know, they believe that once you are something, you are something. They said I was still a paratrooper. And, you know, I suppose, give me a parachute, I'd be happy as hell. I'd be happy as hell. I'd do it any day of the week, any time of the day. Any season, I'd go jump right now. But, doesn't mean I'm in any hurry. Ask me, I'll go. And so they say, once you were something, you are. These are the things you carry with you. And I think that was kind of an enlightening way to see it. It is true. I mean, why do you think this place is never going to get overrun? We're loaded with ex-soldiers. It's not even compulsory service. People are fighting to get in. go to war or go to jail. And I was watching a thing with Noam Chomsky just recently today. He comes up again. And it's from the time right before the election. Must have been 2016. And he's talking about the state of affairs and things. And his speaking is very eloquent. It's maybe monotone, but if you listen to him, he is a linguist and he respects the language to no end. I was just thinking yesterday, somebody said overwhelming, and I thought about it. I haven't looked it up. I never had thought about it really, maybe at some point. What is whelming? Is there a word that's just whelming? Or is it overwhelming? Like saying, what is that thing, disgruntled? Is there a word that's gruntled? They've taken away your rage and just left you with something when you're disgruntled. Left you with nothing. Or like, I really wanted to get that out of my system, but I guess there are laws. And so he was very eloquent. And him talking about the Trump to be president, that was to be president before it happened, made me think, what about now? Is it like the Chinese where if he was a president, he still is a president? What do we call him when he gets out? Do we still have to call him President Trump like they do with all the other people that are still living? All the living recent presidents have always served 2 terms. So you call him president. They got out on good terms. Does he still have the Secret Service following him around? I personally, that's why I decided not to run for president back in 2004, I suppose it was. I don't need anybody following me around the rest of my life like Jimmy Carter did when he came into Gaylord, into the Alporn shop when my cousin was working there as a teenager, and he came in to buy a fishing license, and there was the Secret Service standing there over there, just, you know, walked in and everybody shut the fuck up. Just give him his damn fishing license. He's going fishing. It's good fishing with Babe Winkelman. But he hadn't been president for years, still there with him. I wouldn't want somebody following me around. You know, once you're president, they can arrest you. Once you're not president anymore, they can arrest you. And I don't think I would change much. And I'm not doing anything wrong, but with somebody following me around all the time, it's like a cop. When they pull you over, they got a book that thick. They can just pick anything to throw on you if you're an asshole. You have to be very polite. So, does he get the Secret Service following around all this time? And you say, of course, of course, of course. But I don't know. I mean, all these other guys, they fulfilled their expectations. Do we still have to call him president? Or is he just Trump again? I mean, look at this stuff. Really consider it. Do we have to do this? He didn't fulfill his expectations. And he probably shouldn't even get that $400,000, his pension for being president. They should take that away. I mean, he's not really president. He's a loser.